Courageous Self-Confidence, Episode 2. Hello and welcome to Courageous Self-Confidence, a podcast committed to you and inspiring you to have more self-confidence. We hope that this podcast encourages you to really dig into who you truly are so that you can have a greater capacity to live out your destiny. Pretty good, huh? This is Samuel Hatton.
And Weston Picorni.
So, Weston, what does self-confidence mean to you? I mean, without even, looking at any of your notes, I'm just wondering,
You know what? Self-confidence, it's almost, there's two sides to it. Self-confidence is just being comfortable with who you are, knowing what you like, what you don't like, and showing up and being able to serve well, being able to solve problems, to do work that you like. And however, the flip side is that you can get into situations that are completely unknown, and that's where self-confidence shines. The self-confidence is showing up calm and questioning, and just having an action-oriented mindset.
What do you mean by questioning?
Well, when you show up in a situation that's unknown, having a mindset of asking questions puts you. It's kind of a secret tool that it's really a tool that protects you and gives you power. Really, it gives you power. It gives you control of conversations when you can ask questions in situations.
Right. I see what you mean, and then also the flip side of it is the being comfortable with the silence that comes with it.
Right.
When you ask a question, sometimes the confidence is not necessarily self-confidence, but the confidence comes from just understanding certain tools of communication, like the fact that on average it takes 7 seconds for someone to process a question they've never been asked.
Interesting.
Right? You can kind of take that and rest your hat on, okay, there can be silence here. Right? For some it's longer, for some it's shorter.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm just saying. Self-confidence does come from being able to be calm and comfortable with yourself. I believe that being comfortable with body image and being comfortable with your personality, it has a lot to do with self-confidence. And sometimes you find yourself more self-confident in certain environments with certain people than other people because it's a safe place.
True.
So let's get into some of what other people say self-confidence is. Well,
first, why don't you share a little more, Samuel?
Well, I believe that self-confidence is just being able to trust yourself, really. It's being able to trust in your abilities. I believe that every single person is way better and more capable than they give themselves credit for. And the more confident you are, the more you're able to tap into who you truly are so that you can deliver more value. I know that's jargon, but it's so you can do more for other people. So you can be a brighter light.
I have a question for you. Yeah. This just came to mind. Does self-confidence really have to do with self-conversation?
Self-conversation? Mm-hmm. Or conservation?
Conversation. How you speak to yourself, how your thought life, and how you converse with yourself, and how you...
I think it's definitely correlated. I think that the thoughts that just come out trickle down from our belief system. But I believe that you can train your thoughts to then train your beliefs. So if you're asking me, do you is it the self-conversations that you have that determine your self-confidence?
Yes.
I think that it can affect it.
It's a mindset. Your
It is a
mindset.
But, power poses will also get you into a confident state. When you do the Superman pose and you stand up straight and stuff, it gives you confidence, and it's just science, because what you're doing is you're doing an action that should be aligned with self-confidence, and you do it long enough, and you will become self-confident. People do power poses all the time, just not most people. But hey, if you want to land a job interview, do some power poses in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom and just do some power poses. Another good one is both feet more shoulder width apart, facing forward. Stand up straight as if your head is dangling on a string, and then put your hands in the air, upward, and then look up and just pretend like heaven is giving you some energy. You know what I mean? Anyway, off topic. What does Mr. Google say about self-confidence? Well, Mr. Google says that it is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment. And some synonyms are morale, confidence, self-assurance, assertiveness, self-reliance, etc. What do you think?
Self-reliance is a big one. You want to show up with the right tools and the right skills, and to be able to accomplish what's before you.
Right.
Being assertive can be a part of it.
And then self-esteem is very similar, which some people would say is self-respect, being able to respect yourself.
Absolutely.
I think when you disrespect yourself, that's a recipe for demoralization and disappointment. I also went ahead and I wrote down some of my other beliefs about it, so I can just off the cuff. This is some of the things I said about self-confidence. It's about knowing more about yourself, and it's about living a full life, which I'm all about. Being able to be free in your own skin. I believe that self-confidence is the opposite of shame. I think that having shame in one's abilities or oneself or one's upbringing, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to bottle it up. And if you can say, yeah, you know what, I had a rough past, and this happened, and it's somewhat shaped me into who I am, and I learned from it and stuff, you're winning. Winning is either succeeding or learning.
Right.
So,
and you don't learn. Coming back to self-conversation, you don't learn when you are harsh on yourself, or others. Actually, in environments,
I actually, you do learn when you're harsh on yourself, but you learn better when you're able to forgive yourself and work with yourself and say, well, what am I going to do differently?
Right.
But if you're hammering yourself and you're just like, oh, I'm no good and everything, you're not building up your self-confidence. You're hurting it.
Right.
So a few other things I believe is, I believe that it comes from deep within. Self-confidence comes from deep within your soul. And it creates certainty, clarity, and peace within your life. And it makes your communication rich. Yeah. Those are all my thoughts. Those are all my beliefs about self-confidence. Do you have anything you want to add?
It comes from, it does come from having experiences, using any experience that, and applying it to new situations. And it comes back to knowing yourself, knowing what you want, gives you self-confidence. You wake up in the day and you just have no idea how it's going to unfold. Well, none of us really do, but we have a plan that when we're in game mode, we are putting our energy in that plan. And to me, that's self-confidence, when you can create the plan and work on the plan despite what happens.
Right. So when someone asks, "What do you want?" you can definitively say, "Well, this is exactly what I want."
Yeah. But here's the thing, not many people ask, what do you want?
Most people don't know what they want. I might want some ice cream, but might also want to keep my diet. So, I heard recently in the 4-Hour Work Week, the book, said a better question to ask than what makes you happy or what do you want or what are your goals and stuff is what excites you.
Wow.
So, I mean,
that's a good question.
That might be another way to look at it. Those are some of our thoughts about self-confidence, and we just wanted to anchor it here about what we believe self-confidence is. And I do believe that if you want self-confidence, you can have it. And what you were saying about changing your thoughts in order to get self-confidence, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, speak out words that are encouraging, words that give you self-confidence, and you will get it. Tony Robbins calls that affirmations. Christians call that prayers. I don't know. Anyway, so that's about it. Next time we're going to be talking about courage. What does courage mean? And what does courageous mean? What does the attribute of courageous mean? So this is Samuel Hatton.
And Weston Picorni.
In Weston Picorni's garage. And we are signing out. If you like the show, please leave us a review. It'll really help out our ratings for the show program. Just go to couragehub.com/review. Thank you. I like how we say signing out instead of signing off. Notice everyone else says signing off. Okay. But I've always said signing out.
Yeah.